everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to talk to you about how I learned German and what tips and techniques I use. I've got a lot of books here and a lot of clippings that I've collected over the years, so I'm going to show you some of those. We're going to start with the quiz question, and this week's question is about composing music. Da 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 da. Which composer composed the melody for the German national anthem? You know the German national anthem, it goes something like this. Einigkeit und Recht und Freiheit für das deutsche Vaterland. A. Joseph Haydn, B. Ludwig van Beethoven, oder C. Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart. So that was the exciting quiz question. And now I'm going to start showing you a few things that I've collected over the years. When I first came to Germany, I enrolled at the Volkshochschule, which is a school for adults. In my class, there were a lot of people from different countries. I was the only British person, but I made a friend from China, I made a friend from Latvia. It was really great to be able to have the chance to talk with these people from different countries, different cultures. Learning German at the Volkshochschule was a much more richer experience than teaching myself. I had to speak German because the teacher only spoke German to us. Having a teacher is one of the best things ever, I think, because you have that person who knows you and knows your level at the language. If you ever come to Germany, I recommend that you check out your local Volkshochschule and try to enroll because it's definitely worthwhile. I kept all of my worksheets from the Volkshochschule. We've got grammar, Grammatik, verb tables. This is also a really good one, Tätigkeiten. Learning the time, that's quite good. The information about the human body. I kept everything because it's worth sometimes just flicking through it and finding something interesting to read. In this file, there's not just worksheets from the Volkshochschule, there's also worksheets that I've printed out from the internet and filled out myself. And the good thing about Deutsch als Fremdsprache material is that the instructions for the work is also in German, which is also a really, really good way to learn German, because if you fall back to English, you're not going to get that full absorption of German. Also in here are some printouts from the Deutsche Welle website. This is the Top Thema mit Vokabeln. Basically what this is, it's got a topic, and then what I've done is highlighted the words that I didn't know and then translated them at the bottom. Alongside the topic is some questions to test yourself on what you've just read. Deutsche Welle has a whole section on their website for learning German as a foreign language. It's a really excellent resource. I really recommend you check it out, and I'll put a link in the description box. So that was file number 1. File number 2, this one. This file is basically full of clippings that I've collected from magazines or newspapers. So we've got here... Oh yes, look, for example, von der Bedeutung des Glücks. Don't know if you can see that properly, but it's basically information about lucky symbols in Germany. It's a cute pig, I think. There's that one, London. I thought it's perfect for me to read and study about London. This one is a collection of cat eyes. Cat eyes. Augenblicke. So as you can see, I collect a lot of random articles. Those are just a few of what I've collected over the years. And yeah, it's mostly about animals, isn't it? I've also got a scrapbook of some articles. For example, warum Grünkohl cool ist, a bit of Denglish there. And also how you can get back that spring feeling in winter. Oh my gosh, I've just realized that it says garten feeling. That's not your typical German word, is it? No, that's a good example of Denglish. I also read and collect children's magazines. That doesn't make me weird, no. For example, the Mickey Mouse magazine. I bought this once at an airport. Easy to understand German, but also you learn something at the same time. It's somehow nicer to have this on an aeroplane instead of the Financial Times. What? No offense to the Financial Times, of course. Also, at the local bank, I picked up some children's magazines with comics in them. It might not seem like you're pushing yourself with comics, but there are more detailed articles like this one about the Blauwal. They use simple enough language for me to understand, but there's also a few new words in there as well. Another fun way I learn German is to read Peanuts comics. Like these books, for example. I like to read Peanuts comics because they're short, they're funny, And they also have a bit of slang in there. Yeah, look. Du hast mich geschlagen, Klotzkopf. Klotzkopf. I learnt that word from the Peanuts. Also, having a desk calendar is a good idea. This one is from 2012. This is something fun because each day there's a quiz question and an answer on the other side. And it's also very simple German to understand because it's for kids. The funny thing is, reading this back in 2016, I've realised that I now know a lot of these words. It's the same with the Peanuts books. When I reread some of the cartoon strips, I realise that I understand a lot more now than I did way back then. It's a nice feeling to realise how far you've come with your studies. Another thing I did here in Germany is that I joined the local library. If I fancy something easy, I go to the children's section, but if I want books for adults, then I go to the adult library. And the library is also great because I can go there and sit in peace and quiet and just study, and I like that. Another thing about German libraries is that you can rent games from them. So after all of that learning, it's always fun to get a game out and chill. It's a shame it's not online, otherwise we could have a Brit in Germany gaming session. If you're not in Germany, check out your local library in England or wherever you live, because there's bound to be some learning German books there, so check that out. When I have the time, which isn't often, I like to try and do diktat. Dictation? I think we all did this in school, didn't we? Dictation may sound like a bore, but it is really effective, because after you've written down what you hear, you can see right away which words you don't know. And I like that. If you don't have access to a Deutsch Diktatbuch, you can go on the Deutsche Welle website and listen to a few MP3s of the articles, write down what you hear, and then afterwards check with the article if you got the words right or not. Playing computer games in German is also, for me, an effective way to learn the language. I like to play party games in German. The actual mini games I can still play. I don't have to understand quests or challenges. Other games like Uncharted, it's a shame not to hear the original voices, but if you play in German often, it stays fresh in your mind. I hear a lot of phrases in games which I connect to the game, so I remember it because I'm connecting it to something. I find board games really help me learn German as well because it's fun and I enjoy what I'm doing. I enjoy learning German and playing at the same time. What a shame we can't have a meet-up and play board games, huh? That would be fun. The other thing I have is an Übungsbox, an activity box. This one is for English for Carbeln. It's basically flashcards. So I'll just show you inside. Let's do a little test right now, shall we? I'll pick a card at random. This one. English is to like. So the German for that is Morgen. Hey, Morgen! Okay, I pick one at random. The English is traffic. What's the German word? I know this, Verkehr. Aber is it der, die oder das? Der. I'm going der. Der Verkehr. Der Verkehr! You see? It works. This is a hard one. To sledge. I think it's Schlitten. Okay, I'm going to check. Roll down. You see, I don't know that one. So I recommend also that you make your own at home or check out your local supermarkets, because sometimes during the start of the school season they have these boxes available. Of course, living in Germany, I have the big advantage of being able to listen to everyone's conversations. I think I'm more of a listener in German anyway. I like to listen more than to speak the language. I don't do it in a creepy way, but I do listen to people's conversations and I try and figure out what they want to say. And they're also using a lot of expressions and slang words, so I try and test myself as well if I know what they're talking about. I also like watching TV shows in German, especially quiz shows like Quiz Duell and Wer weiß denn so was. I don't like to watch television with subtitles because I find it too distracting. I just want to concentrate on what they're saying. The good thing is that some German channels and programs have their own YouTube channels. Even if you don't have access to German television, you can still go on the YouTube channels and check out the clips there. Sometimes when I'm watching satire comedy shows, they make jokes and the audience is laughing their heads off. Except me. Huh? What? What's funny? I don't get it. Sometimes the joke just completely passes me by. I think this happens in every language where non-native speakers don't understand jokes because they don't see the joke. The last thing that helps me learn German is making YouTube videos. I feel like I've learned a lot more German than I would have if I hadn't have done these videos. And now we're going to do the quiz answer. I can reveal that the answer is A. Joseph Haydn. The melody was composed by Haydn in 1796, and since 1922 it's been the official national anthem for Germany. So well done if you got that right. It was quite a hard one, I think. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you again hopefully next week for another Germany video. Until then, take care and alles Gute. So now I think I'll do some Diktat. Yes, Diktat. Oh, or I could play Mario Party. I think I'll play Mario Party. Okay, bye. Bye. I'm gonna talk today. So it does cost a bit of money every year, but you have so much resort to their website, and they will. Oh, I can't do it today. What was it? C. Wolfgang and Haydn.